sanctuary. Hey, yeah. I know I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I'm sanctuary. Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sanctuary. Teach me the truth of my soul. I have a spiritual immune system against fraudulent love. The greatest chess move I play is going within. This is what puts me on game. Now I must own the role of the high priestess of who I am. In sanctuary, I find sovereignty guiding me. I accept the initiation into deep study to realize my sanctity as a woman. I denounce all imagery, manipulative messaging, false worship, and self-loathing about womanhood. I'm a mystical woman. Knowing my path goes far past a physical one. I stay patient and calm, knowing the divine plan for my life is working this thing out with what my life requires to be lived and expressed fully. I'm saying. I denounce all conditioning of hyper-independence and obsession to win. I denounce all false gods, leaders, celebrities that feed into soul poverty. I have feminine faith. Deep in my mind, there's an inner sanctuary. What is at the altar? What are the sacrificial offerings? I can feel it, maybe everything. I can feel myself being drawn to this place. I fall to my knees and I allow through my mental bow, my heartfelt bow. In this sacred cocoon, I am being rebirthed. I'm grieving what I thought were goals. I'm stripping away shame. I shed the pettiness. I know petty is played out. I release all energies and relationships where my present isn't recognized as a gift. Miss me with the incompetent insight. The hidden things are revealed to me in the sanctuary. Because the great I am saw it first. It said something. And I can't unsee it. I can't unhear it. I'm really careful of the 411 I take in on social media. My mind is a temple. I must guard it accordingly. I'm sanctuary. I'm sanctuary. All my life is content, and for my ascension, I use it all to get more holy, more sanctified. I am walking scriptures, personified in womanhood, heavy on the spiritual, because divinity is in the details. That's what makes me undeniable. I annihilate, obliterate all sorcery and generational spells, curses that keep me in a state of deep sleep and numbness to my majestic magic that's encoded in my DNA. I will not permit incompatible energies to infiltrate my sanctuary. At the core of my heart space, feminine mystery is downloading into my behavior through devotional prayer as I speak, as I receive, as I step into the room. In this temple, ceremony is going down. I bowed and surrender my attachment to the desires of my heart, happening, laying it all down at the altar of sovereign strategy. I vow to drink from the words Spirit put in my mouth. I'm body growth, priestess swag has taken over. I feel low-key sanctified, the miracles, the confidence I'm flowing in biblical proportions. I have wisdom inside of me. Being aligned is a lifetime of clarity for my life. I have realized an ageless knowing of self with this sanctuary. I'm sanctuary. I express and live my life in a state of engaged non-attachment. When I realize I'm sliding back into emotional attachment to a perspective, I breathe deeply and return to a grounded state. I'm a sacred temple. No one who meets me is ever the same. My body is sacred. My mind is sacred. My eyes are sacred. My conversation is sacred. My time and energy is sacred. I'm walking, thinking, feeling sanctuary. I choose my lover, partner, and friends wisely. I'm a vessel for spiritual enlightenment, not spiritual entertainment. I can only allow occupancy for those that are meant for me. I welcome synchronicity, flexibility with what I desire. I give reverence to the sovereign plan for my life and humble my impulse to know. I am full of the illustration of divinity expressed in living the gift of life. I'm remembering my divine heritage as a cosmic being. I am responsible for being present in this. The genesis of my life and existence flows from creativity. Creativity is God, the nucleus of life. When I declare I am of a divine nature, I am declaring a devotion to being creative. I have so much fun being guided by the great I am. My life is expressing the divine plan. Most High expose any and all hidden disobedience and strongholds in my life. You are the light of my life. I'm sanctuary. I'm a physical animation of the spirit of creation. Creator, Most High. I'm seeing the gospel everywhere, in all things and beings. I'm starstruck. I'm sanctuary. Hey. Oh yeah. I know I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I'm sanctuary. I know I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I'm sanctuary. I don't talk the same. I don't walk the same. I don't speak the same. We ain't the same. I don't woman the same. I don't laugh the same. I don't work the same. I don't play the same. I don't sound the same. We ain't the same. I know I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I'm sanctuary. Hey, I'm sanctuary. I'm sanctuary.
This is not a performance, this is preparation. This is not survival, this is return. You feel that? Yeah. We already home. Welcome to conversations that protect. Welcome to the blueprint. Welcome to the war room, welcome to the rebirth. Welcome to the moment you finally say yes for real. Welcome to your journey home. We don't speak to perform, we speak to prepare. We don't hand out hope, we hand down prayers. Every word's a bomb, a blade, a blanket. This is soul armor in songs. Coming close, baby. We got you. Uncurl your fists, lay your burdens at the altar of your breath. You made it, that ache you carry, it's just your ancestors waking up in your chest. This is the welcome home.
Grand evening, everyone. Welcome to the Love Palace. We're doing something different over here at the Love Palace. This is the COC series, The Journey Home. And today, this evening, is going to be the series where we talk about the altar. Yes, we're going to talk about the altar, the many different things of the altar, why it still matters, what really is an altar, how to build one, how to use your altar daily, and how to prepare for spiritual readiness. Okay, I'm going to give a full length description of how the altar matters. And then at the end, we're going to have a full discernment prayer and also discernment journal cards. Okay? So, like I said, I am your host, Goddess Dia Love, and this is my portion of the journey home. Come on in, welcome in, because we're taking this journey together. Okay? So, we're going to get into why does an altar even matter? You know, why does the altar matter? Let's because so many people's like an altar. Well, I don't need that. Why does this even matter? Well, let me tell you. In today's world, everything is just moving so fast. We're fast paced, souls moving so fast. We got the news headlines that make it feels heavier than the sky of America. What about them bills, deadlines, survival battles are higher than even the mountains. And the digital scroll, this digital world moves faster than human can ever catch up. So we need something unshakable, something that's rooted deeper than the breaking news cycles, something more ancient than capitalism, ticking clocks, something that's more permanent than the emotions that rise and fall with every sunrise. We need a sacred ground. We need anchor. We need altars. Every soul at some point feels if the ache for something is real, the pull for something older than today's chaos, okay? So, the silent prayer for space where the noise ends and the remembering begins. The altar, that's the space for that. Now, it's not a trend. This is not a trend. This is not an aesthetic for someone's social media timeline. Not doing this just for social media timeline. It's something to perform for others to witness. It's not something, to perform for others to witness. It is a portal. Mm-hmm. It's a portal. A breathing, a pulsing, a living bridge. Now think about that. It's a portal, a breathing, a pulsing, living bridge where the hands of your ancestors stretch through dimension to hold your hands, where the whispers of spirits rise up to flame in water and earth to remind you who you are. When everything outside is designed to shake you loose from yourself. The altar grounds you. When the news rattles and your nerves, whew, let me put this right now. When the news rattles, your nerves, excuse me, y'all, the altar reminds you there is wisdom deeper than the headlines that we see. When the economy threatens our stability, yeah, the altar reminds you that the abundance is written in your spirit and not in the paycheck that the people write you. When the world tries to bury your spirit under fear, scarcity, and despair, the altar reminds you that you are connected, you are protected, and that you are never alone. An altar is a declaration with the declarations of I remember I'm sacred. I remember where I come from. I know I am there more than the chaos trying to consume me. Mm. Another declaration. I walk with unseen armies of protection, love, and power. It is an act of defiance against unassurance. It's an act of healing against disconnection. It's an act of resistance against forgetting. Mhm. When you light that candle, when you pour that water, and when you speak those names, when you sit in silence, you're just not practicing spirituality. Did y'all know that? You're not just practicing spirituality. You are building a fortress inside yourself that no one outside the storm can destroy. In a collapsing world where so many things are temporary, transactional, and even traumatic, the altar is the external space where time bows down to spirit. It's where prayers have very heavy weight. It's where your healing has history. It's where your future meets your past. You hear that? It's where your future meets your past, and both salute you. That is why, in preparing for 2025 and beyond, the altar is not an optional. It's not optional. Excuse me. It's essential. Because no matter what the world outside does, no matter how dark, how loud, how fast, how uncertain, your altar remains steady. And through it, so do. Oh, let me take a deep breath now. So, in the eye of every storm, the altar stays lit. In the collapse of every empire, the altar stays sacred. And when everything, everything else fails, the altar still stands strong. Welcome to your remembrance. Welcome to your revolution. And welcome to the altar. Now, we're going to get into what an altar really is right after these messages. I want you to take all that in, what the altar is. So now we're going to talk about what an altar is really right after this message. Okay?
Peace and blessings, love and light. Pray the Most High gives me insight, grants me understanding to comprehend my task. Forgive myself as well.
This is where Spirit speaks and you finally listen. I'm Alicia Dion, and this is Soul Work. Let's begin.
You were searching in the silence, fighting storms that no one sees. Every tear became a promise of the person you wouldn't be.
Welcome back, everyone. Make sure you subscribe to Alicia Dion, part of the COC, because she is going to thank you for everybody that has subscribed to her already. She's ready to go live. And we want to still keep them subscribers going, okay? Go check Alicia Dion. Now let's get back to what we're talking about here. Now we're going to discuss what is an altar really? Okay, what does it really do? Because in today's world, people hear the word altar and they picture, like this demonstration, a table covered in candles, crystals, salutes, and maybe a few other things to offer. They picture it as just a setup. And don't get me wrong, it is a setup. But what they miss, what most people miss, is what the world trained us to miss, is that an altar isn't just a setup. It's a summons. It's not a decoration for pretty corners of your house or to set up in your room or just to have in your business for decorations. It's not a vanity project for your spiritual ego, not to just set up so people can say, "Oh, this is nice," and you can just have a spiritual ego. It's sacred technology. That's what it really is. It's the oldest technology known to your spirit. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know it's sacred technology and it's the oldest technology known to your spirit? It's the original communication device before cell phones, before the internet, before paper, and before pen. A way to call your ancestors, your guides, and your spirit team across realms, across times, across bloodlines, and sit in sacred council. An altar is where prayer stops being theatrical and becomes tangible, where spirit stops being something you go chase. It becomes something you embody, where the unseen becomes undeniable. It's not about what you have, it's about what you activate. Let me say that for you one more time, because the Spirit said to say that again. It's not about what you have, it's about what you activate. You have all the most expensive, you can have all the most expensive crystals, the rarest herbs, the finest cloths, all that. But if your intention isn't pure, the spirit is not alive. It's just like furniture, just sitting there, or like decoration. The true altar is built with brick and mortar of belief. When the blood memory of your ancestors' hands, excuse me, with the blood memory of your ancestors' hands, with the breaths of your prayers, rising like smoke into the unseen. It's a living thing. It grows with you. It changes with you. It reflects your evolution, your battles, and your healing. The altar is where spirit gets to sit at your table, and you get to sit at theirs. Ooh, yeah. Did y'all get all that? Keep in mind, right? An altar is just not decoration. It's so trendy right now, right? People get their bracelets, get their necklace, get their stones, and all that. But it's more than just wearing it. If your intention isn't pure, it's just decoration and furniture. Yes. So, D, what an altar what does an altar really represent? Let me tell you what it represents, okay? The first thing that it represents is a covenant. Mhm. It represents a covenant. You're saying covenant. Mhm. So you're saying, I honor the sacred, I commit to the journey, I'm willing to listen, to receive it, to serve, and to remember it. A covenant. That's representing a covenant. You're honoring the sacred words. You're honoring the sacred. You're honoring that you're going to commit to the journey, that you're going to listen, okay? You're going to listen to receive, to serve, and to remember. The other thing that it is, it's a safe house. It's your sanctuary in the world that ties us to exile you from yourself. The altar is your sanctuary. It's your safe place. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to be fake or funny. You can be yourself. There's no performance required. You're safe. There's no judgment. An altar represents a safe house where you can go and have a peace of mind, go get a peace of mind, and most importantly, you can protect your peace in yourself. It is also a meeting ground. Mm-hmm. Did y'all know that? It is a meeting ground. Y'all look at that. A meeting ground is where the living and the ancestors meet. A meeting ground is where the living and the ancestors meet, where your prayers meet their power, where your needs meet their knowledge. It's a meeting ground. It's where me, you all can meet with our ancestors, where the prayers meet the power, and where we meet their knowledge. That's deep, y'all. So it's a covenant, it's a safe house, it's a meeting ground, and it's also a war room. Excuse me. Yes, it's also a war room. When battles are raging in the physical, your altar becomes your strategy center. Did y'all know that? When your battles are raging in the physical world, your altar is where you can go sit and have your strategy, the center of your strategy. Your spirit team sits down with you, hands you blueprints, strengthens your weapons, and shows you what the natural eye can't see. I was trying to show y'all that. Let me repeat that. A war room is where battles are raging in the physical. Your altar is your strategy center. It's going to prepare you with your spirit team, sit you down, hand you blueprints, give you strength of weapons, and shows you what the natural eye cannot see. Mm-hmm. The altar, a cover, a safe house, a meeting ground, and a war room. Without an altar, life is going to feel like it's just drifting, going on by. Like shouting out into a void where it's not being heard. Like trying to carry a weight that has never meant, that was never meant to be carried alone. With an altar, you are rooted, you are surrounded, you are covered, and you are guided. You don't have to be a priest, a healer, a mystic, a psychic to build one. You just have to be willing, willing to honor the sacred inside you and around you. Mhm. Let me say that again. You don't have to be a priest. You don't have to be a healer. You don't have to be a mystic. You don't have to be a psychic to build an altar. You have to be willing. And then in that willingness, you're willing to honor the sacred inside yourself and around you. Because you were never meant to walk in this world alone. Not spiritually, not emotionally, not ancestrally. The altar is not about perfection, it's about presence. The altar is not about appearances, it's about alignment. The altar is not about what others think, it's about what your soul knows. Mhm. When you build an altar, you're not just decorating a space. You are declaring war on forgetting. You're building a bridge out of loneliness. You're opening a portal of power to walk in. Let me say that to you again. When you build an altar, you're not just decorating a space, you're declaring war on forgetting. You're building a bridge out of loneliness, and you're opening a portal of power to walk in. And when power walks in, baby, chaos has to back up. Chaos is like a roll. Confusion has to live. Spiritual poverty has has to flee. Because when your altar is lit, guess what else is lit? Your path is lit too. So I hope you got all that information. I'm passionate about this. And I particularly have an altar in my own space as well. So this is not something that is not real for me. Okay? So let's take a deep breath. Take all that information in about the altar. And now, after this message, we are going to talk about how to build a powerful altar, a real one, not a fake one. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about when I come back after this message.
She wrote it in the rhythm of the trees. Talk sweet, pour, calm like teas. Queen Kales with the herbs that speak. She the balance when your soul feel weak. From plan to place, she walk with grace. Tinctures that kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, this ancient flow. She don't heal you, she helps you grow, yeah. She dropped that lemon balm in the brew. Talk to the leaves like they can folk too. From seed to sip, it's alignment work. Holistic hands, love laced in dirt. Queen Kales, that soul on the rise. She don't sell dreams, she real with the vibes. Got jars on the shelf like blessings in glass. Reminding your spirit to slow down fast. No rush, just rhythm. She the pause in the system. Where the world wanna numb, she say feel. That's the kind of magic that heals for real. In the rhythm of the trees. Talk sweet, pour, calm like teas. Queen Kales with the herbs that speak. She the balance when your soul feel weak. From plan to plate, she walk with grace. Tinctures that kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, it's ancient flow. She don't heal you, she helps you grow.
Welcome back, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to Holistic Healing by Kales. We're trying to get her to be able to go live. So we still got a little more work to do, and we want to go beyond that because we want to take our first stepping stone and getting her to subscribe so she can go live, okay? So make sure her link is being dropped in the chat along with Alicia Dion. And y'all go ahead and subscribe because this is the COC all day, every day. Come and see networking at its finest. Okay, so now back to what we're discussing. So now we're going to talk about how to build an altar, a real one, not a fake one. Okay, so see this picture right here? This is actually an example of an altar. This happens just to be outside. We're going to talk about how to build a real altar. So the first thing that you need to know about building an altar is it about impressing spirit. It's not about impressing. Okay? So just want you to know that. It's not like this was going to say, oh, look how that looked. No, that's not what it's about. Spirit is not looking at how the aesthetics is or how it's set up or how if the lighting's good or anything. Ancestors don't care if your candles are from Family Dollar or Home Goods, okay? Let's just put it out. They're not looking at brand. They're not looking at luxury. That's not how spirit works. What they care about is what they respond to. And that is your intention, your consistency, and your truthfulness. So let me say this again. Ancestors are not impressed on how an altar looks and how big and glamorous it looks. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all know. They care more about what they respond to, which is your intention, your consistency, and you telling the truth. You're not building an altar to get more spiritual points. Sorry, y'all. You're building an altar because your spirit deserves a home, because your prayers deserve a landing place, because your journey deserves a headquarters. So keep that in mind when you resonate with this and you want to build your own altar. It's not about how big it is. The tail, that's the word I'm gonna use. That the bigger it is, the more the spirit comes and all that. No. It's about your intention, your consistency, and you being truthful. Okay. So let's go into what is needed in building a sacred altar. Now, just like anything that you build, especially if you're trying to build a home, right? You got to start out with a great sacred foundation. Like if you're building a home, right? We're just going to use that as an example. You don't want to build your home with leaves and nothing else. You know what I'm saying? You want to have a solid foundation. The same is with your altar. It's your sacred space. So you want to have a good foundation. Find a space where you can be intentional. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be yours. It can be like in a small space in your bedroom, in the windowsill, which I have done, where so that when the morning sun hits it, it's right, it's up, it's active. A shelf that's cleared off with love and reverence. A cloth spread carefully on the table, even if the table is old and scratched. Spirit sees beyond the surface. So, like I was saying, the example, you want to have a solid foundation. Like, okay, I did compare the house with cement, but your foundation is going to be based on where you want it, how you want it, and how you take care of it. It can be anywhere. It's a space where you can be intentional. That's the foundation. Find a space wherever your house, your apartment. Some people have them in their businesses as well, where you can be intentional. And like I stated before, it doesn't have to be the big old altar with the gold trimming. It doesn't have to be that. It's about your intention. You can cover it with a cloth if you want to. And it's usually white. If you're going to do that, a white cloth is the traditional. And that white signifies purity, okay? But you can choose other colors that represent your journey. Okay? Have a good foundation, but your foundation is built being intentional. A solid foundation. That's why I was comparing the house, not for of what to build with, but to make it solid. So I want to get that understanding. You want to have a solid foundation, which is based on your intention. Okay. Foundation is very, very important when you're building the altar. Okay. So the next thing that you're going to need is what even your own body would need. What do you think that is? You're going to need some water. You're going to need water because this is the element of life, real life as well, right? Always include a glass, cup, or bowl of fresh water. Water is memory. Water is a conductor between words. Water invites spirit in and carries your message to the other side. Now, when you have this water, you want to keep it clean. You don't want to have dirty water. Keep the water clean. Florida water is good to use. I know I don't always have Florida water, so I believe I want to make sure. Yeah, I use spring water, and I use cinnamon and a little bit of honey as well. But you want to keep this water clean. That can work for you as well. Stagnant water is stagnant energy. Stagnant water is stagnant energy. Keep it clean. Change it often with prayer in your heart and gratitude on your lips. Water is the element of life. So this is going to be part of your altar that you're making. Once again, this doesn't have to be a big bowl of water, a big glass of water. Okay? But you do want to make sure that it's clean. So keeping it clean, changing it often is very, very important. All right? Because stagnant water is what? Stagnant energy. Yes. So the other thing that you're going to need, of course, is give me the light. Lights. Give me the light. You're going to need light. So a candle is the lighthouse into the spiritual world. It signals. This is what the candle signals. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm ready to receive. And one candle is good enough. One candle is good enough. When I tell you it doesn't have to be anything elaborate, the tea candle can even work. One candle is enough because it's about intention, right? So let me break this down, these colors of the candles. So there's different colors. Light, calling, and sacred end. Light, calling, the sacred end. White is for general prayers. Blue is for peace. Red is for protection and strength. Gold is for prosperity. Purple is for spiritual power. I need to say those again. Let me say this again. And like I stated, only one candle is enough. So here's the colors again. White is for general prayers. Blue is for peace. Red is for protection and strength. Gold is for prosperity. And purple is for spiritual power. If I'm talking a little louder, that's because they're outside mowing the lawn, so I don't know if y'all can hear that. So I'm not trying to be rude, just letting you know. So those are the colors again. White, blue, red, gold, purple. When you light it, pause. Breathe and set your intention. The flame is carrying your energy to the spirit. So light candle is calling in the sacred. You're going to pause when you light it, breathe, and then set your intentions. Because like we said, and I'm going to keep saying this throughout this, the altar is about intention. Okay? So, of course, you're going to need the ancestors, the original team. Y'all see this? When you're having your altar, that you're going to need your ancestors. So you're going to place photos, written names, or items that are connected to your ancestors. Now, let's get loud again. Your ancestors are those that have transitioned. Okay? So place a photo or written names or items that are connected to those ancestors. Me personally, I have, like, on the one that I had at my house, I got to reset it. I had my brother, me, and a picture of me and my brother. I have my son has a picture of my grandmother. I have my little cousin's obituary. Like Aladdin's is set up a little like that too. He has pictures and their names, and he has different things around it as well, right? So it doesn't just have to be blood ancestors. This is important. It doesn't just have to be blood ancestors. It could be spiritual mentors, any cultural hero, chosen family, any being that walks with you in love. Because sometimes people get that confused, like, um, I'm gonna say like, cause Aladdin's altar is right here. He has family, friends, uh, what his bro that his creative family. He has his what spirit animal over there, things that might have represent them. It doesn't have to be your blood ancestors, a mentor, someone your chosen family, because we have a lot of chosen family. Somebody that you might thought was a hero. But D, what if I don't have photos? That's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Just write their names on a piece of paper. And then you're going to speak their names out loud when you pray. It's okay if you do not have a photo. You're going to write their names out loud when you pray and speak them. Spirit responds, here's the word again, to intention. Not Instagram, not Facebook, not Twitter, not TikTok, images. Okay? Y'all hear that? If you don't have photos, write their names on the paper, speak their names out loud when you pray, and the Spirit's going to respond. Not the social media, not social media images, okay? Don't do those images. Don't take those pictures, okay? So that is the fourth thing that you need. The fifth thing is that you need is going to be offerings. You're gonna have offerings. Your altar should feel alive, and living things need nourishment. So, what are some examples of these offerings? A coffee, black, just like your grandma liked it. A piece of fruit, apple, peach, plum, whatever, Hey, and I did this when I celebrated my brother's birthday when he passed. I had a shot of rum, not rum, a shot. What did I have? A shot of. I can't even remember. Oh no, it was Crown Royal, because that's what he drank. He drank whiskey. And I put a shot with him by his name, or went to his picture, I should say. You can have a slice of bread or even a piece of candy. Even flowers from a yard, a plate of food, or a pinch of herbs. It's not about extravagance. It's about energy. Give from your heart and give with love. Offerings to feed the Spirit. It's going to be something that resonates with them, right? Something that you like, yes, that they know that that's exactly for them. When I did that for my brother's birthday, I know he knew that was exactly for him. And it doesn't have to be extravagant, like I said. Give it from your heart and give it, most importantly, with love. All right, the sixth thing that you're going to need is sacred tools. And this is going to help amplify, because it's all about the intention. Ain't that what we said the altar is all about? So we want to make sure that we have sacred tools to amplify our intentions, right? So you can add things like crystals, clear crystal quartz for clarification, obsidian for protection, amethyst for spiritual wisdom. Amethyst is also for love as well. Or you can do shells for prosperity and connection to the waters. Incense or spiritual sprays, like the ones you could get off Shamaki Essentials. All these kits, if you're interested in creating your altar, these things can be located on Shamaki Essentials. You have angel protection, You have spiritual protection. There's a gratitude blend. I have a lot of spiritual sprays. You can also do unks, feathers, crosses, she shells, keychains, whatever holds spiritual resonance for you, that's what you use. These are not decorations. Okay, this is serious. These are activators. They're amplifiers of your prayer's vibration. Use sacred tools when you're building your altar. Okay. And the last thing that you want to have with this altar that I want to share with you, offer to you, is to have a scent. You're going to set the atmosphere. Have a scent. So you can burn incense, Palo Santo, sage, essential oils. Smell is one of the fastest ways to signal to the brain and to the spirits. We are entering sacred time now. You're not just burning for smell, you're creating a doorway where the ancestors feel welcome, where spirit feels invited, and where you feel at home in your own soul. So let me go through those one more time for you guys, okay? So that you have a clear way of the things that you want to have on your altar. This is how to build a powerful, real altar. Okay? You want to have a good foundation. Make sure the foundation is good. That could be anywhere you want it to be. Because remember, these are all based off intention. Make sure you have water. Water is energy. Water is life. And with this water, you want to keep it clean and pure. Change it regularly. Because stagnant water is stagnant energy. You want to have light. A candle. Light a candle. This is with intention. Remember, everything is with intention. And don't forget the colors that I mentioned, okay? And not only that, you want to make sure you have your ancestors' photos or write their name on a piece of paper and say that their full name. This could be your grandmother, your grandfather, your uncle, your uncle, your niece, your nephew, your sister, your brother. Okay? If you do not have a photo, don't go. Because so if it's not a family member, directly family member, and like it's somebody that you had a mentor or you looked up to, don't use social media. That's what I'm offering. Okay, I'm offering, don't do that. Write their name on a piece of paper and say it. Then you're going to have the offerings. It could be some coffee, it could be some fruit, it could be a glass of whiskey. Okay, it could be some flowers, it could be some bread. You want to make sure that you have sacred tools, crystals, unks, incense, shells, okay, sprays, and make sure you set the atmosphere. Palo Santo, incense, sage, and also the spiritual sprays help as well. Okay, so that's how you build your altar, a sacred altar, a real sacred altar. Remember, all these things have to be done with intention, right? So you're building this with love, and so that you can be consistent with it. You're going to respect the place. When the respect in the place means keeping it clean, right? Keeping it clean as well. And you're going to speak with honesty and show up with humility at heart. Show up that you have that respect and it's at heart. Okay? You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to show up. Spirit doesn't need perfection. Spirit needs presence. Did y'all hear that? Did everybody hear that? Everybody, all around. Did y'all hear what I said? Spirit does not need perfection. Spirit needs presence. Every time you sit before your altar, even if it's just with gratitude to it, you're strengthening the bridge between you and the invisible army standing behind you. Every time you sit before your altar, even if it's just to say gratitude, you are strengthening the bridge between you and your army that's standing behind you. Okay? Remember, build with love, be consistent, respect the space, speak with honesty, and show up with humility. Okay? So, we talked about what the altar is, we talked about how powerful it is and what it represents, and we talked about how to build an altar. So, I'm going to let y'all go for now, but when we come back, and I'm going to tell you guys, it's not going to be the following, it's not going to be this Wednesday. Let me get y'all the exact date. So when I come back on Wednesday the 13th, Wednesday the 13th, okay? Wednesday the 13th, because I'll be doing some traveling, going back to Georgia, okay? So I'll be back then. I want to have time to relax and be able to prepare for the next segment of this, because we're going to talk about different things that you need to do daily, routinely with this altar and the shield of protection and so forth with this altar, okay? So not next week, but August the 13th, on that Wednesday, we're going to do the next series regarding the altar. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed and those that resonate with this, take what you need with this. If you ever wanted to know about an altar or wanted to start an altar, I hope this is helpful information. So keep in mind, as I close this out today, that I'm going to end with Shamaka Essentials. If you say you don't have any of these things, you're like, I don't know where to get these. Well, I'm telling you, at Shamaka Essentials, she has the things that you need to start this altar. So go check her out, along with many other things, not just for the altar, for many other things as well, okay? So for tonight, I want to say good night. Gratitude for coming to the Love Palace with me, talking about this altar. This was a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm okay because I did it because the Spirit was with me, y'all. The Spirit was with me, and I hope I articulated and made it very simple for you and to understand. So I appreciate you, gratitude to you all. Thank you for coming to the Love Palace. I'll see you on this subject on August the 13th, okay? Peace and love, and I'll see you real soon. Have a good evening.
Body butter, shade, sage, washing off yesterday's weight, spell in the steam, peace in the flame. I call my power, speak my name. Rose quartz on my windowsill, lavender mist when I need to chill. Aura bright, no fake shine. Everything I touch is by design. Sacred glow, I feel divine. Every drop's a blessing by design. Soap so rich, spray so clean. Burning candles while I live my dream. Crystal charge, my spirit's high. Anointed oil, now watch me rise. Not just a scent, it's essential. I stay tapped in with Jamaica essentials. Oils crafted by moonlight's kiss. Protection in every little drip. From the root to the crown I rise. Ancestral hands all in this vibe. No mass made, this is hand poured. Every scent opens up a door. From conjure to calm, from shadow to light. Shimaka keeps my soul alive. Go deeper, We are gathered in the stillness, where the wounds begin to close. No more wandering without witness. Child, it's time to come back home. Oh, welcome home, beloved one. You've been walking, you've been running through the fire, through the unknown.